Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking a little Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're talking a little Real Housewives of Potomac. We are talking a little bit of Traitors, U.S. Traitors Season 4. So the cast has been revealed. I'm going to do another video on that on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. But in this video, we will talk about the fact that it was confirmed that PORSHA is a part of the U.S. Season 4 cast, and that CANDAICE from Real Housewives of Potomac is a part of the Season 4 cast. I believe they are already out in Scotland because they have already filmed their promo shots, y'all. So nonetheless, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It was confirmed that NENE Leakes did turn down the Traitors. I do not know why. I'm not sure why. I hope it is because of a scheduling conflict. I hope that there's like another show or something else that she's got booked, and that's the reason why she can't do it. Because I don't like the rumor that's being floated out there that NENE Leakes didn't do it because she wasn't happy, allegedly, with the pay or whatever they were paying. No. I hope that's not the reason, because I would hope and think that, NENE would know and understand the fanfare, the popularity, the success of the launch pad, that what it does of, people who perform well on the Traitors, that you don't necessarily have to win, such as what happened with Phaedra Parks, right? Who has an Emmy from this show. So I just wanted to speak on that piece as it pertains to Traitors, and we'll get a little bit more into it because there's some people on there that I'm like, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Next, I want to quickly talk about Monique Samuels, because Monique Samuels, as you'll know, it was confirmed that she was going to be on the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Potomac. She has signed on for a friend of role contract and all of the things, and she is speaking on the people who, is coming for her for coming back to the show and everything else. So let's take a listen.
Since I've been gone, every time I've been asked, I've been like, no. Even this year, like literally, I declined probably a good 7 times. And then something happened. Something changed. And I was just like, I'm not the person that I was. And a lot of the reasons that I said no was because of the person that I was, And I'm not her anymore. So, what better way to test my healing? But no, for real, I have been running from the platform that gave me a foundation out here in these streets. And when I really thought about it, what was keeping me from returning was a lot of fear, and it was also a lot of PTSD, I was built way different then. I'm built a little better now. And giving everything that I have going on in my life between my business, Millie of Essentials, which has been extremely successful, and then also my book that I've been working on, which for anyone who's been following me consistently, y'all know I've been talking about my book for like at least 2 years now. It's been a work in progress. It's also something that's near and dear to me. And I love that you'll not only be able to see the levels of growth that I've achieved when you read my book, but you'll also be able to see it now on TV as well. So I have been able to move past that, and it's my season. I'm stepping into my season. I feel like everything that I've gone through up until this point has been for this moment, and I'm really excited. And yes. I'm not worried. I'm like, I put my ego in check a long time ago. I put my ego in check during Love and Marriage DC. How about that? But I've grown so much, and I know who I am, you know, and I have nothing to prove. I need the skincare line.
So that was Monique. The other thing that she said in this video about people that were, you know, saying that she was just getting just a little check or whatever, and Monique said that she was happy with the check that was offered this go around. Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? Because obviously I did a video about how, you know, Monique said that she was never going to do reality TV again or whatever else. And, you know, for me, it's like this, right? Ultimately, these people who have a platform, who become reality TV stars, become famous in whatever capacity, however what happens, whether you leave the show or they tell you not to come back or people don't want to film with you or whatever else, but then you try to have another go at it, you know, on another platform, and it doesn't work out the way you want to be completely honest with you, I think Monique wanted to be a part of reality TV independent of her husband. Independent of her ex-husband, Chris. I think once Monique saw that Chris was not going to be a certain way with these reality TV cameras, or she was done for good and everything else, I think she just wanted nothing to do with reality TV at all, because it really depicted her, you know, how, you know, unhappy she was in her marriage. So nonetheless, I think now that, you know, and listen, ultimately at the end of the day, everybody needs a job. Like, what are we talking about? How did the bills get paid? How is the bills going to get paid if you're not working, you guys? How is it? Remember, Monique was at the radio station. You know, Monique has already come out and said that basically they honored the prenup, and the prenup was worked out to whatever her salary was as Chris's assistant for, you know, the number of years that they were married. But it didn't sound like there was any alimony or any child support. It didn't sound like there was anything else that was taken into consideration. So nonetheless, but it sounded like Chris was willing to, right? It sounded like Chris was willing to negotiate that. But, you know, basically Monique was like, listen, I got it. I can do it on my own. All this, all that. And I guess didn't want to come off to seem like she was a gold digger or whatever else. But I mean, I would have worked out whatever was necessary for the fact that now you're going to be a single mother of 3 kids, that you would have to work out those particulars of those logistics. But maybe there's some other type of, you know, deal that they've got going on the side or whatever else. I don't know. But I do know she is back as a friend of, and potentially could be back as a full-time housewife the following season. The last story that I want to get to is NENE Leakes. So with NENE Leakes, you guys, she had a big weekend last weekend. She was doing a lot of content for her YouTube channel for the NENE Leakes show, meeting with a lot of celebrities, a lot of musical artists, all of the things, reality stars, you name it. And she met up with Kelly to talk about what Kelly thought of the reunion and all this and all of that. But we're listening to a clip of the portion on what NENE Leakes' future looks like as it pertains to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then we're going to react.
Turning?
I hope so.
Oh, I think you will.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are you coming on over?
I Start speaking another language
I think
over
we'll
here.
have a good time. I think we'll have some good kiki.
You know, I don't know.
Okay,
You know,
okay.
we'll wait and see what happens. A lot is happening. But so on the show, you were going through a divorce.
So y'all heard that, right? First, NENE was like a little pop. What I found interesting is Kelly. First, Kelly's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be back. But then the talk of NENE, that she asked if NENE would be back. Oh, we would have a good kiki. So do you already know that you're coming back, Kelly? Make it make sense. So NENE, though, in the midst of that whole segment, she said something at the end, and that was there's something going on behind, like, and I took it there's something going on behind the scenes. That some movement, some action, some potential contract negotiations is going on behind the scenes. That was my interpretation of it, y'all. That was my, feedback of it all. That perhaps a return is in the works, you guys. And we'll see what happens. If this happens, though, you know who is in the most trouble. You know who is in danger, you guys. PORSHA Williams. Porsha Williams is in danger because nonetheless, and I don't mean in danger of losing her peach, but in danger of she's going to be the pariah. And that was supposed to be the plan this season, but Phaedra came in and shut that down, right? I think what's going to happen is potentially Angela already exposed that there was a meeting of the minds with her, Shamia, and Drew, right? That there was going to be, some potential takedown that was supposed to take place. However, Angela did the Uno, reverse and decided, she can flip it a different way to expose Shamia and how Shamia was rolling. But NENE has a storyline with Porsha. She has a storyline on how she, allegedly Porsha tried to stop her bag on her being on the Upshaws. And also the fact that the rest of the girls can tie this into the fact that they feel that, that could be another example of Porsha not really being a girl's girl and her not wanting Shamia to have a peach or whatever else. That they could totally flip this into a whole new thing about, reasons how Porsha's not really a girl's girl, not a good friend, all this, all that, And what will be interesting to see is who is going to be Porsha's allies in that type of situation, because I don't feel like people are going to want to go against NENE since it's her big return, or they can flip it. NENE and Porsha can resurrect the big sis, little sis dynamic, right? They can come in with the positive vibes and everything else, squash the Upshaw's beef right off the rip, and have a good season and go toe to toe with these girls roll. So it is going to be interesting to see who gets pickup letters, who comes back. I think Porsha for sure is back because of the fact that she's going to film Traitors right now. So she's like a shoo-in. And I'm sure they are happy with what Angela has gave this season. So she for sure is back, right? And I think they're happy with Cynthia. I don't know whether Cynthia will be back as a peach holder or if she will be a friend of again. I'm presuming that they will give Shamia another season because I presume there is going to be fallout of whatever happens at the reunion between her and Porsha and all of the things. So I am pretty confident about those, and they might give Kelly another chance or whatever else. But Britt pretty much, was not going to come back. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they bring Kenya back as well. What I am interested to see is Phaedra, what side she is going to be on, as it pertains to if there is a NENE versus Porsha or how all of this is going to navigate. I also think they need to bring on Sheree because I think if they are going to maintain Angela Oakley, they need to bring in the Sheree component for whatever her alleged history was with Charles Oakley, because they love doing that on these housewife shows, is bringing on somebody's ex that is familiar with another housewife and all of this and all of that. And Real Housewives of Atlanta especially is no stranger to any of it. So there is that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.